So big show today, Pat.
Crickets.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Bearded Geeks, the weekly grab bag of topics covering movies, comics, video games and TV. My name is Jakes, I'll be the Beard Master today, and with me is the one and only Bobby Baxter.
Yep, the one and the only.
Your side of the room's looking a little bare today, Bob.
Yeah, I feel a little lonely over this side. I feel like I'm in an interview. There's just you sitting there.
So describe yourself in 3 words, Bob.
Tall, dark and handsome.
Where's Pat? Where is he?
I don't know.
I'm still waiting for him to turn up on his skateboard. No, Pat's not here tonight. Marvel work.
Yep.
Bloody Marvel. Or he's lied to us. He's watching Breaking Bad.
Probably that.
I can't do a podcast. I'll be thinking about Breaking Bad the whole time.
Yeah, I'm in season 4 now. I fucking can't get away.
Oh, how are you, mate?
Mouthful of Guinness. Pretty good. Yeah. Yep. How about you?
Yeah, I'm alright. I'm alright. Yeah, I'm on holidays, so I'm loving it. Lots of staying up late and sleeping in and video games and planning to do podcast stuff, but never doing it because I play Horizon Zero Dawn instead.
That sounds real good. I'm still recovering from the party the other night. That was was intense.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
What was it? It was the shots that got you.
Yeah.
We broke out the shots. I said to Bob, I was like, right, Pat wasn't there. Pat couldn't come in the end. Eisenbrown couldn't come.
Yeah.
All that goatee growing to waste. So anyway, Bob and I was like, let's get out some Yagi bombs. He's like, yeah, all right. So we smashed one, and I was like, let's have another one. And he sort of looked at me and went, yeah, all right.
I'll never say no. You know it.
Like 5 shots later.
Turned into tequila at the end there.
Yeah, tequila at the end.
God. Yeah.
Four Yagi bombs and then tequila at the end.
That's my kryptonite. I think that's the one that broke me. I was not healthy the next day.
You're pretty fucked.
Yeah, pretty much.
It would have been a long car trip home.
Yeah, it's a bloody windy trip. We went back to my parents' place, and this is the Hellier Gorge between Rosebery and Wynyard. And I don't know, how long's the drive? Like an hour and a half or something?
Oh, to Wynyard through the gorge. Yeah, about an hour and a half, hour 40.
Yeah, it felt like about 7. It was not good.
Go through the gorge, it's just all windy down the bottom of the gorge, and then you got to go back up the other side.
Yeah. Oh,
so windy.
Yeah, not made for hangovers.
Just be glad you didn't have to go back through Wilmot Road and go through the winding Moana.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way around it. You're sort of stuck with it coming out of Rosebery. Yeah.
I could just went straight home the highway.
Oh, I could have.
Could have. So, what have you been up to aside from getting drunk and hungover and spewing and...
Well, bought Horizon Zero Dawn last week.
As did I.
I haven't had a real chance to sort of sink my teeth into it yet. But,
I've had a red eye crack.
You have? Well, yeah, I think like I got up to maybe level 8 or 9, I think, and when you fired it up just before we started recording this, and what are you, 21?
Just hit level 21.
Yeah, that's some hours put in there.
Yeah, I put a few in.
Yeah,
this week. Yeah, it's a bloody good game. Really, really enjoying it. Loving it.
Is that all you're sort of thrashing at the moment, or are you sort of?
Well, I want to go back and finish Wolfenstein because I've been playing Wolfenstein: The New Order.
Yep.
But I can't seem to pull myself away from Horizon. I've got to get those hours in.
Yeah, I think it's one of those ones you start up and you're hooked. Paddy's got to stay away from that game if he's busy at the moment because it'll own his life. You see how he is, like with Breaking Bad.
Yeah. Same with Fallout 4. When Fallout 4 came out, he's like, "Oh, I was dreaming last night about Fallout. I was dreaming I was working on my bloody complex or whatever." Did you see his complex in the game? The sanctuary built or whatever?
Was on the island.
Yeah, there was that one. Yeah, I saw that one. But he built like another one. It was like this big fighting arena. And he had like cages with like death claws and raiders and all that. And he had all neon signs. He went all out. All the bells and whistles. And he showed me, he's like, oh, here, have a look at this, mate. Yeah, no, got all the switches here for the cages. Open the cages. And oh, look at them go. Let them fight. It's just like this big death pit. And you just stand up top and you're watching down death claws and they're fighting away. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
That's like a DLC thing to get all that stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Because he had like a lot of Nuka-Cola stuff as well.
Yeah.
Because he did the Nuka World DLC.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember him picking it up like a while after the game had come out. Yeah.
Yeah. I was just thinking before, I never actually finished Fallout 4. And to be honest, I never actually finished Fallout 3.
Oh, really? Wow.
Nope.
I finished like all the storylines of Fallout 4, I think. Which in the end, they kind of all generally sort of end in the same way. But yeah, I wanted to get all the endings kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got like 4 or 5 games sitting out there I want to play. So I've got Dying Light. I got Dying Light the following with like the expansion and that in it as well. And I really want to play The Witcher. I want to go back to The Witcher so I can get up to all that DLC.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I definitely would have crack into the new DLC stuff. Well,
Geralt of Rivia.
not new, but, you know,
new for me. Fuck it. I got to get the rest of them Gwent cards.
Yeah.
I love Gwent. It is the best.
Have you started playing the other Gwent, the like standalone Gwent thing that's out now?
I downloaded the trial and I went to have a go to it. Have a go of it, beg your pardon. But it's a little bit different compared to in-game.
Right.
Like it's a little bit flashier and whatever, and you know, more bells and whistles and more exciting. But you've got like Geralt and Ciri. You have like their pictures and their icons pop up, and they're teaching you how to play.
Yeah.
You've got like the actual voice actors and that of Geralt.
Yep.
Yeah. So cool. That's pretty cool. But I never really sort of had a go of it.
Okay. So
I
you don't know if like the rules are slightly adjusted and that kind of thing. Cause
I'm not really sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it just looked a bit different. Because I'm so used to playing it like in The Witcher 3.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, I don't know how that will translate to its own game. Because, you know, you play the single player and you build yourself up and you gradually get the better cards and the better deck and then you're unbeatable. But, you know, how would that work in the real world if you're playing online, you know, player versus player and whatever? And
yeah, I guess you have to just win games. I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah.
Perhaps it just matches you, people at your level.
Well, there's other card games out there like that are completely online, digital now. Like I think the Magic games do that now, and Blizzard did one. What's it called? Heroes of the Storm or something like that.
Yeah, I know I know the game you're talking about. What's it called? I forget what it's called.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of it, but I forget.
It's not Heroes of the Storm. I don't think.
I think that's like one of the expansions or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. What the fuck?
Hearthstone.
Hearthstone. That's it.
Yeah. That's
it. Good on ya.
Yeah. Didn't even use my phone for that one, people.
Yeah, but really want to go back to The Witcher because I fucking love me some Gwent.
Yeah.
Bloody good. I got some news, mate.
A bit of news. Oh shit! Look at that page. Look at that page.
We're doing an E3 episode today, so we'll run some news and just Bob and I. No, Patrick Brown. We might ring him though. See what he's doing.
Yeah,
he's probably watching Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Just stop. I'm just watching an episode while having me dinner.
I'm the one who knocks.
Oh, sorry. All right. So bit of news this week. Suicide Squad 2, straight off the top.
Yay.
Suicide Squad 2 may start filming in 2018.
Okay.
So there was an interview with Joel Kinnaman, who played Rick Flag, and he said, as far as I know, they're writing the script, and I think the plan is to shoot it sometime in 2018, but that could change. I think I'll definitely come back for it. In hearing that, I watched Suicide Squad today, just this afternoon.
Oh, you did?
Last week I told you I stupidly got fucking done in that eBay auction. Anyway, so I watched it today. You know, like, I know what, I've seen it once. I'll watch it again. So I watched it today.
Yep.
And I was just sitting there and I was just like, this movie is a fucking mess. It is.
I thought you were going to tell me that, actually, this movie's not bad.
No, it is a fucking mess.
Good.
It is a terrible movie. Like those first 45 minutes, 47 minutes, up until, they get assembled Task Force X, they get all their gear back and they chuck them on the chopper and they go. Up until that point, the movie is a fucking absolute terrible mess. It's a bad movie. It's a really bad movie. But the second half I found a little bit more forgiving. It's sort of generic, action-y. There's not a lot going on, but I enjoyed the second half more than I did the first half.
Which is very rare. Usually it's the other way around, isn't it? You kind of...
But all in all, it's a bad movie.
Yeah.
It is a bad movie.
I'll agree.
So,
Half a star.
Half a star. My new rating system is at least it's better than Suicide Squad. So that'll be interesting, maybe. Who knows? He did say further in the interview that he'd love for David Ayer to come back. If he doesn't want to do it though, they get someone else who he's happy to have someone else who sort of understands the material and try to make it a bit more grounded.
Yep.
Instead of more fantastical world death ending scenario.
Yeah, it's got to go one way or another and embrace that. The first one didn't feel like it knew what it was doing. It was just copying.
Yeah,
basically.
There was one bit I actually laughed at in the movie. I just sort of chuckled to myself.
Yeah.
Toward the end, where they do the raid on the train station, and they're going after Enchantress or whatever, and her brother Voodoo fella. He's not Brother Voodoo, but the other guy, her brother in the movie. He comes out from around the corner, like the big giant CG dude.
Yeah.
The big headdress comes around the corner, and Jai Courtney, Captain Boomerang's there, and he just has this big Aussie moment. He's like, "Whoa, who's this?" And I just sort of chuckled at that. I was like, "That's so Aussie." I loved it. But yeah, there's some things in that movie that are just so stupid. Like June Moon, she's meant to be this big archaeologist and that. She goes cave diving, falls in this cave, and she finds this shrine, and she picks up the idol and literally snaps the head off it. I'm just like, what kind of fucking Indiana Jones wannabe are you? Like, no self-respecting archaeologist was like, pick this up and just... It wasn't accidental. It was just like, twist, snap.
She's like, the fuck is this shit?
It's like Pat with his fucking yowies.
He doesn't care about the chocolate.
He just wants the capsule in the inside.
He actually does. He's got I don't know if we've talked about this before, but he's got a Tupperware tub at his house that just contains the chocolate from the yowies that he hasn't eaten.
He opens it, peels the chocolate off, and just throws it in a container and just opens the capsules and gets the yowie toys out. There's more on the shelf. I was there the other day. There's more. Like, he's got this big, like, probably, 3/4 of a meter shelf. And it's just like, like a third of that, 2/3 of that, beg your pardon, is nearly full, like at the front of like yowies. So I'm like,
my God.
What a addiction going on here.
Shit.
What else was I going to say about Suicide Squad?
So all that they know so far is they're going to be filming it possibly next year, but no talk of like what characters.
Yeah, nothing like that. Nothing like that. Okay. Oh, and I did notice when I was watching it as well, you can tell when they did... I don't know whether it was the reshoots or whatever, because Joel Kinnaman is Rick Flag. In the first sort of 20 minutes, half hour, he wears like a hat half the time. But then there's a scene after he meets Deadshot, he's talking to Amanda Waller. He's standing there, and I noticed it from just coming from this scene with Deadshot to the scene he's in, his goatee was longer. And I sort of noticed, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to sort of rewind this, and I rewound it, like the 10 seconds, and I'm like, yeah, it is longer. You know, they've just sort of walked inside, and I looked at his hair, and his hair was like sort of long and slicked back, but then in the next scene you see him where he's on the chopper, he's got real short military like cropped hair, and I'm like, okay, he could have had a haircut before he went on the thing. Like, I'll let that slide. Yeah. So I'm like, I just made a mental note for the whole thing. I'm like, I'm going to keep an eye on his hair the entire movie. And then a little bit later than that, there's another scene where he's walking through the rain or something, and his hair's a little, not as long as it was, but it's about half the length, but it's a bit slicked over from the rain.
Yeah.
Comes around the corner, and he's got the short cropped hair again. And you're like, oh, fuck. And then right at the end, where Deadshot's there with his daughter having like the visitation or whatever. You've got Will Smith there, and he's got like this big cut on his lip and that, and you're like, okay, it's been, you know, a couple of days or what since the big incident or whatever, and now he's meeting his daughter. Cuts over to Joel Kinnaman on the other side of the room, and he's got his long hair again. And you're like, it's only been like a couple of days and his hair grows that quick. You're like, come on, guys. Bit of continuity. Come on.
That's his superpower. Ability to quickly grow hair.
Quickly grow hair. Your hairdressing bills are through the roof.
Well, he can reverse it too, so it gets shorter without a cut.
Just like, suck it back in. So yeah, Suicide Squad. Aren't you so lucky? More Suicide Squad in your life.
I can't wait.
What else we got? Oh, more superhero stuff. We had a new Black Panther trailer, which you haven't watched.
No, shit.
We were meant to watch it.
We're going to do that. Yeah, whoops.
Do you want to pause it? We'll pause it. This is the show first. We'll pause it right now, and then we'll watch it, and we'll come back.
All right.
BRB. And we're back.
Hey.
So, what did you think of that, mate?
Interesting. Looks cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it does look really cool.
Yeah.
The whole super sort of futuristic modern Wakanda. But no one knows about it. They think it's all just bloody third world country and whatever. Yeah, it looks really good. I'm really liking the diversity.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, especially like, you know, the whole we've just had one woman, really great sort of feminist icon in that, and really great sort of female role model for everyone. Like I was saying last week, just yeah, nice change. Seeing that, and now we've just got this, and I'm like, oh man, this is good. This is what I'm saying. This is what I like to see. Mix it up, multicultural, you know, feminist and that, and yeah, great. Yeah,
it looks pretty nice. So it's a good looking movie. I did mention to you the other day about the poster that came out for it.
Yeah, the teaser poster coming out with he's sitting on the throne.
Yeah, as a designer, well, I don't know, it looked a bit shit to me.
Yeah,
I'm glad the trailer held up then, because I was a bit worried seeing that poster, and then I went, oh god, but yeah. Yeah,
it looks very rough. The only real thing about it looks like his head.
Yeah, they've just like stuck his head on top of the suit. It just looks really weird and out of place.
There's a little note underneath, like, head goes here.
Yeah, and I'll say to you how, like, the chair looks like something out of a Nintendo 64 game and shit. Like, what's going on? But yeah, the trailer looks great. So,
yeah, it looks great. Yeah. I'll be interested to see what the story is when the next story trailer comes out.
Yeah, yeah.
Looks pretty good, though.
I think I'm going to even maybe skip that trailer and just go straight to the movies and see it, because I feel like Marvel, especially lately, are showing just way too much in their trailers,
especially with Homecoming and that.
Oh yeah. You don't need to oversell Spider-Man. People will go see Spider-Man.
You just got to talk to Patrick Brown.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got more Black Panther. Black Panther looks really good.
I'm down.
What else we got? Tom Hardy is ruined. Tom Hardy's not ruined. Tom Hardy is rumoured.
He's ruined after our last podcast. We talked about him.
He's rumoured for the role of Jafar in the live-action Aladdin movie. Apparently, Guy Ritchie's a big fan of him. Just take this with a grain of salt. But yeah, apparently he's rumoured. But then there's a whole sort of, you know, whitewashing thing. You know, Disney been having trouble with it lately. It's sort of old films in general, Ghost in the Shell and whatever.
Yeah, I'm not really behind the whole live action of these Disney classics, because I'm an animator and I've got bias towards animated ones, and like the ones that I've seen haven't done anything for me either. So I don't know why you would need a live action.
Aladdin. They're not bad movies. They're just they're fine.
They're just they're all right, and They don't live up to what the originals were either. That's the thing. They're not like out there being a better version of it. They're just kind of the same or worse kind of thing.
Especially with Aladdin and like Robin Williams as the genie. That's sort of like untouchable. But also rumoured for that role for the live action is Will Smith. And you're like, really? Okay, that's not bad, but it's not.
It's not Robin Williams.
It's not Robin Williams.
Yeah. That guy... Robin Williams was the genie. Like, you can't take that role away from him. Yeah. No one can play that guy.
It's even like the live-action Lion King. They've got James Earl Jones back as Mufasa.
Oh, really?
They've got him come back as Mufasa for the live action movie.
Interesting.
They had him in the new animated series. What was it? The Lion King Pride something, whatever it's called. There's a new Lion King animated series, but they've had him back in that as, cloud form or flashbacks or whatever. I'm not sure. Cloud form, I assume. But, yeah.
How old is he now, though? He's
fucking old.
Yeah, they must be cashing him in before they...
I think he's starting to lose some of that voice as well, some of those octaves after Rogue One.
Yeah.
As Vader again. Like, he was great in that, but there was, just lost some of that deepness.
Yep.
These dad jokes. Careful not to choke on your aspirations. It's like that. Did you watch the How It Should Have Ended of Rogue One?
No.
They played on that joke in it. They showed that bit. It's like, careful not to choke on your aspirations. And he's just like, that's such a dad joke. And he's like, dad joke? What are you saying? Are you saying I'm a father? I have children out there. It was really good, that bit.
I'm going to crack a new...
Oh, you should have heard that through the headphones.
Yeah. It's a Guinness can, so it's got that little extra gas ball thing in there.
Yeah.
Makes that extra...
We should go to the pub when we finish. Just have one.
Yeah, all right. See how easy it was for him to get me to do shots the other night?
Okay. Are you a fan of the Mission Impossible movies, Bob?
No. Well, not that I'm not a fan. I just never really watched them.
Not something you're clamoring to see?
No, not really. I kind of barely remember the first one, and that's about it.
Okay.
Like, yeah, I don't.
But the last couple have been great. Like
okay.
3, 4, and 5. 4 is actually my favourite, and the reason I bring that up is because Michelle Monaghan, who played Mrs. Ethan Hunt in Mission Impossible 3, she's coming back for Mission Impossible 6. So it's a bit of a sort of family reunion. She was at the end of 4 as well. Just like right at the end. She had like a little cameo right at the end. But yeah, the last couple of Mission Impossible movies have been fucking great.
They seem... Yeah, that surprised me because like I thought they hadn't made any for years. Like it'd been like 10 years or something. And then I saw a poster not that long ago for like a newer one. And it was up to
Rogue Nation?
6 or 7 or something now. And I was like, oh shit, where did all those movies drop in? Well, I think they just went completely like under my radar.
Well, Kate and I, we're big fans of the Mission Impossible flicks. We've sat down and watched those quite a few times actually. Not the first 2. We sat and we had a marathon of them all. We got through the first one, which was more of a sort of political thriller, sort of the 96. And Mission Impossible 2 was a bit of a mess, but the more over-the-top John Woo action. But that was fun because it took place in Sydney, I think.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that when that was a big deal here. Yeah.
But yeah, I really like Mission Impossible 3. Ghost Protocol is my favourite, which is the 4th one.
That's 4,
where he goes to Dubai and he climbs up the outside of the building and that. That is fucking the best. And Rogue Nation is actually really good too.
Okay.
They're all quite good. So yeah, I'm keen for the next one. And Henry Cavill's in it. Henry Cavill. He plays the villain with a big mustache. Looks pretty good.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. I like me some Mission Impossible.
I'll have to catch up on the last few then, if they're pretty good.
Yeah, I definitely recommend them. Yeah, just from like 3 onwards.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's it. Like, I think the first 2 didn't really, in the words of Patrick Brown, grab me.
Yeah. So, you can sort of forget the first 2. But if you want to watch them, you can sit there and get through them. But yeah,
I remember the wire scene out of the first one, and that's but everyone remembers that scene.
Yeah.
But that's I couldn't tell you what actually happened in those movies.
Yeah, they're all great quality. Love them.
Cool.
So
is it been Tom Cruise the whole time? Or?
Yeah, Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
There was this big thing before they were going to do 4. That was after the whole couch jumping incident. And they're like, oh, Tom Cruise. Oh, we don't know about Tom Cruise anymore. They were trying to continue the franchise, and there was talk of like Brad Pitt and everyone coming to take over. But eventually, Tom come back, and yeah, it's actually the franchise is better off for it. Not like The Mummy at the moment, because The Mummy has sort of tanked in the US.
Oh, has it?
Yeah, but overseas, like internationally, it's doing really well.
Okay.
So I'm not sure about these big studios announcing these big universes and that before they get the first film out of the gate. Because they did that with Dracula Untold. Because they're like, this is the first in our Monsters universe. And that tanked. And then they're like, oh, no, that's not the first one anymore. We're going to start again.
That's a bad decision to do that. You know, it's probably just getting investors in. Going, oh, you know, we're going to make 10 movies and it's going to be the next Lord of the Rings or whatever, and they'll, you know, they're getting their funding early. But really, who knows? I mean, a movie's going to, you know, do well or flop at the drop of a hat, basically. So.
Well, from what I'm reading, like I'm reading sort of, you know, it's hit one side and it's missed the other side. Right. So some people saying, you know what, it's not the best movie, but it's, you know, it's fun, monster movie, you know, bit of destruction, action, good fun. And then on the other side of the spectrum, I'm saying it's really bad, it's shit. If they're going to start the universe like this, they're fucked. It's Tom Cruise's worst movie ever.
Wow.
Yeah. But
it's weird. Like, I saw the trailer and I thought it was the Uncharted movie originally, and then I went, oh, maybe it's Indiana Jones, and then it sort of gets further into the trailer when you see all the mummy stuff happening, and like, okay, this is... So is it like the Brandon Fraser bloody mummy
well, from what
series?
I read there was a little mummy, Brendan Fraser mummy series Easter egg in that movie. Okay. So it's happened, because this is modern day, but those movies happened in, like, you know, the 30s or whatever and onwards.
Yeah. So
there's a little Easter egg. They've got the, I think it's the Book of the Dead. They go through, like, this museum thing. Like, they've got all these artifacts or whatever, and it's, like, in the background or whatever. So the Book of the Dead or whatever. You know, Hamanoptera, all that shit.
Yeah.
But I like those mummy movies, like those Brendan Fraser ones. The first one, pretty much. Mummy Returns is some of the worst CGI ever with the Scorpion King. But, you know, you can watch it.
That's a product of the times, though, I think. Like, at the time, it would have been great. Like,
yeah. Oh, well, even at the time, I think it was a bit iffy.
Yeah, it could have been, actually. I don't know.
And I watched the third one with Jet Li, but I've only seen that the once. But, yeah, the first one, like, yeah, I'll go back and watch that. That's a good fun ride, that movie.
Yeah, yeah.
But, yeah, I'll watch this new Tom Cruise Mummy and new Mission Impossible, so that'll be fun. Kevin Feige confirmed just today that Venom will not be a part of the MCU. So yes. Sony's planned Venom movie, and they're not really doing. They're doing a Spider-Man universe without Spider-Man. So they're doing like a supervillains universe, but they've got, you know, Black Cat and Silver Sable on that. They're getting their own movie. But apparently, you know, they're going to have, like, all these other Spider-Man characters. They're meant to have, like, Kraven, apparently. Kraven the Hunter and the Chameleon and all these other... Tombstone. All these other Spider-Man villains, which should be in a Spider-Man movie. Like, the next Spider-Man villain I want is Kraven. Kraven the Hunter. But, yeah, no Venom in the MCU. At this stage, there are no plans. That's Sony's thing. But on the... as I say, the flip side of that same coin, Tom Holland has confirmed that Marvel is planning a Spider-Man trilogy.
Okay.
So, to begin with, it was only 2 films, but now he's sort of just confirmed that, you know, he's not, like, fully Spider-Man at the end of Homecoming, so he'll have more room to grow over the next 2 movies.
Interesting.
But we could talk about that more next week in our big epic Spider-Man extravaganza bonanza.
Yes. Well, I'll sit in the corner and let Paddy and Jimmy talk about Spider-Man all night.
And me.
Oh, and you. Yeah.
And me. I'll be here.
Oh, you'll be there.
Does anyone know how else?
Will we really get a word in over those guys? I mean, they're the Spidey junkies.
I think Pat will probably just take his backseat to Jimmy. He'll be like, "You're right, mate. You talk."
Yeah.
But no, I got a bit planned for that episode, so this should be a bit of fun.
Yeah.
And my last bit of news. Recently, Edgar Wright was asked about the possibility of a Hot Fuzz sequel, and he pretty much said, "Never say never."
Ooh.
He said in the interview, I think it was at like a conference thing, like people just like Q&A kind of thing, and they asked him about a Hot Fuzz sequel, and he said, you know, him and Simon Pegg have had ideas for it that they've over the years that they're sort of bandied about, but he said, you know, do I really want to commit 3 years to another movie, more of the same of what I'm done, or do I want to go out and do something different and grow and expand? And like Baby Driver.
That's exactly the answer I almost expected him to have. Like, he doesn't seem like the kind of guy who does sequels. Well,
Yeah.
I don't think he's ever done one, has he?
No.
No. So, yeah. And he's, like, the Cornetto trilogy is, like, essentially kind of sequels of their own, I guess.
Yeah, in a way.
In a
way,
way,
yeah.
Yeah. But they're always a new idea and that kind of thing. And, yeah, I don't think that's kind of his jam, his charm.
No. But Baby Driver looks really good. I'm hoping we'll get that over
I haven't seen
here.
anything from this yet.
Have you seen the trailer for Baby Driver?
No.
Do we have to pause it so you can go?
No, you can save that. I'll talk about it next week.
No, Baby Driver looks really good.
When's that out?
I think it's August in the US.
Oh, cool.
So I'm hoping we'll get it here. So that'll be a good mandate.
Yep. Is that with the usual crew, like the Simon Peggs?
No. This has got like Jamie Foxx and John Hamm and Kevin Spacey.
Wow. Shooting for the stars.
Oh, I forget. There's this young guy who plays the main character, Baby. I forget his name. It's like Ansel Egort or something like that. He's got a very odd name. But yeah, with a ripper soundtrack, by the sounds of it.
Yep.
Because Baby, he's like a getaway driver. He's only like 20. He's only meant to be like early 20s or whatever. And he's like a getaway driver.
Oh, wait, we've talked about this on another episode, I think, a while back.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But he had an accident when he was a kid, and he's got like, I think it's like a real bad case of tinnitus or whatever. But he's always got the music on. So when he's driving or whatever, he's got the music on to drown it out. So when he's getaway driving, so it's going to have like a rip-roaring soundtrack and that. And
awesome.
Yeah. So he's going to like leave the life, but you know, they're like pulling back in because he's the best driver. Some of the car stunts in that are fucking awesome.
Yeah.
There's this one, he's doing like this reverse, he's gunning it, and he spins the car around, but then like he spins it back the other way so it like snakes around this bloody like delivery van.
Yeah.
So it's like this big S shape he does. It looks awesome in the trailer.
Sweet, I'm down for that.
That'd be a good mandate.
Yeah.
Bring out Cornettos. Actually did that when we went and saw The World's End. Pat and I got a box of Cornettos and we took them.
I felt so jealous when you guys were going on that mandate. I was in Melbourne at the time. I took a Cornetto with me as well for that one, though.
We're on the same page, though.
Yeah.
Pat got out and he's like,
yeah, I don't know if I really liked it. Oh.
No. That's what I said about The World's End. I said it was definitely the most mature of the three movies.
Yeah.
And that's what I said. If you took away all the sci-fi and alien stuff, it was pretty much just like this intervention movie about these friends taking their mate back home to try and get him off the sauce, you know?
Yeah.
Very serious, very very grown-up movie when you actually look at it.
No, I really enjoyed it.
I did too.
Yeah.
But Hot Fuzz is my favourite.
Yeah, I think Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, I don't know. I can't pick one between the two. Depends on the day when I watch it. But World's End's great, and I'm a Sisters of Mercy fan as well. And when they played that track at the end of the movie, where all the lights come on and he's standing there and he's got his Sisters of Mercy t-shirt on, and I'm just like buzzing in the cinema, like, oh my god, they chose this track, and no one else knew the song at all. Yeah, it was huge for me.
Well, that's all my news. I might just have a quick swig of this Mountain Dew.
Swig away.
Do the dew.
Do the dew. That fucking glowing green bottle they've put it in now.
It's like something out of Fallout.
Yeah, looks like a Nuka-Cola.
Oh, man. Speaking of video games, E3 has been the last few days, so that's what we're going to talk about in this episode. You and I. Or do you want to try and ring Patrick Brown, see what he's doing?
Let's get him on there, see what he's up to.
Let's get him on the blower. Second time on the show ever. What's his bloody name? P-A-T, Rick.
We know it works now, so we do it to him all the time.
Here we go. Here we go.
Hey,
mate, you're live and pre-recorded on the Bearded Geeks. How you going, mate?
Oh, shit, I thought you would do this.
Stop stealing my line.
Yeah.
So what are you doing, mate? You working or you watching Breaking Bad?
No, mate. No, just working.
I'm the one who knocks. What was that in the background?
No, just working hard.
Jesse, we have to cook.
Yeah, how's it all going?
Yeah, it's going all right, mate. It's going all right. It's going all right. How you going?
Nice. Yeah, good, mate. Good, mate. Just getting over this cold, but I've been pretty good now, so...
He's got the man flu.
The man flu, mate.
It's real.
Yeah. I was just thinking about you guys, wondering what's happening. What's on the go tonight? What are you talking about?
We're talking E3, mate.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
We just done our news for the week, and now we're talking E3. We missed you. We thought we'd give you a call.
Oh, nice. I'm missing out. I'm missing out.
Do we even have to guess what your favourite game from E3 to be released is?
Yeah, mate, Spider-Man. all the way. That was amazing.
Yeah. All right, what were your top 3 from E3, Pat? So Spider-Man, what else?
Days Gone was another one I'm going to keep in mind.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah. And Mario.
Mario Odyssey.
Yeah, that looked fucking awesome.
Not God of War or anything like that?
God of War I'm pretty hyped for too, but
not as
actually,
much as
yeah, it's hard to say. There are a few good titles there, but yeah, no Last of Us 2, which was a shame.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that game.
Days Gone almost kind of looks like a amped up version of that.
And that's Naughty Dog as well.
Oh, it is? I didn't realise that.
Yeah, that's their game too, so...
You sure?
That'll be good.
You might have to edit this out if you're wrong, Pat. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I just looked it up a video of, and yeah, they were talking about it. I was like, I didn't realise either, and then they popped up and they're like, developers Naughty Dog made it, and I was like, ooh.
Yeah. I might have to look that up, Pat. If you're wrong, I'm going to give it to you next week. What did I call that game today? It was like... The Sons of the Last of Anarchy of fucking Us or whatever. I come up with this great title. I mixed the Son. What was it? The Sons of the Last of the Walking Anarchy. Yeah, looks pretty good though.
Even Far Cry 5 looks pretty good from that gameplay.
I didn't see the gameplay of that yet.
Yeah, I saw that where he comes down the hill and goes through the bus and stuff. There was a little couple of nods there to Far Cry 3. They had the Vars bobblehead in the bus and in the car you get in as well.
That dog you get is really cool too. Like, you get a little dog follower.
Paddy loves his dog followers.
Yeah, dog meat.
Yeah.
Dog meat.
Yeah, dog meat all the way.
All right, mate, we better let you go. Get back to work. We've got real work to do here.
Yeah, cool. No worries.
What episode of Breaking Bad are you up to, by the way?
What's that, sorry?
What episode of Breaking Bad are you up to? How far in are you?
I'm about, I just finished episode 2 of season 4.
Okay.
Before, not now.
Nearly got
that's
him
what
out.
I said. That's what I said to Bob. I was like, I bet you he's not even working. I bet you he's just wanted to have a Breaking Bad night. I bet you.
No, mate, I'll be doing that tonight before bed, I reckon.
So you're going to be here next week for the big Spider-Man episode, or what?
Oh, I'm pumped. I'm hyped. I've got some stuff to talk about.
He's going to bring around his... I told him to bring around his Fleer card set so we can have a look.
The 90s.
He's going to show him off.
Yeah, that'll be awesome.
All right, mate. I'll let you go. And I'll talk to you later in the week.
All right. Have fun.
Take care, buddy.
See you, mate.
See ya.
Hey, he's out of here. And that was world famous marble artist Patrick Brown. World famous. Pardon
And
me,
his
mate.
phone number is...
And if you want to get in touch with Patrick Brown, his phone number is beep 28. So, E3. I might just start with one of Microsoft's biggest announcements. The whole Project Scorpio has come out and they've got debuted the Xbox One X.
Box.
Xbox
1.
2. 360. 720. Looks pretty good. Looks interesting. Not sure about that price tag though.
Oh, it's the same as...
$6.99 in Australia.
Nah, it's $6.50, wasn't it?
Oh, it's fucking splitting hairs here, mate. Jesus.
Well, it's the same as the PS4 Pro. I think that's
Okay.
$650. Yeah, I think that
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought the PS4 was Pro was around the $550 mark now, $599.
Oh, maybe now, but on the release it was $650.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Oh well, we've got what have they got? True 4K.
Yep.
Picks, so that'd be pretty good. What else? Backwards compatibility with current Xbox One games and I guess some older
I think it's got
360 titles.
It's got the 360, and coming up later in the year will be the original Xbox 1.0, whatever it is. Yeah, so that they're working those in, which would be
it's
really
got a
cool.
4K Blu-ray.
But that'll be
built-in.
for all Xbox.
Yeah,
ones.
absolutely. Yeah. That's where Microsoft got Sony beat. Like, Sony need to pull their finger out about the whole backwards compatibility thing. They need to stop being such fuckheads.
Well, they're doing it through that like weird rental service, aren't they, with their PS2 games?
Yeah, like you don't actually download the game. You pretty much rent and stream.
Which is great for anyone that's outside of the US or I don't know, outside of Japan even. Like, I mean, it's... Yeah, our internet can't handle that shit.
No.
We can't stream games.
No, it's really disappointing, actually.
I'm on NBN and I can't do that.
Yeah, that's right. Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on the same bloody internet deal. Anyway, so yeah, 4K Blu-ray player built in, which is pretty cool for us movie nuts. And it's definitely the smallest console yet. They held one up at the press thing. It's fucking small.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
And it's apparently it's going to be the most powerful console on the market.
I'll be really keen if they do a trade-in, because I've already got an Xbox One at the moment, and I'd be really... I'd throw in a couple $100 to upgrade it, for sure.
Yeah, you probably get 250 with the older console, I reckon.
Yeah, I'd be down for that. That's fine, yeah.
So that was pretty cool. So that was pretty much the only sort of hardware sort of release. But yeah, a lot of fucking games released. But there was some really good stuff released, but I don't think of a few things that are particularly wowing. Like, each day there were a couple of really good releases, but nothing really too mind-blowing. Aside from, like, games we already knew about that we finally got to see in action, like Spider-Man, that looks really great, and I'm still a little bit wary about, but I'm very positive about that game. Looks good.
It looks like they've taken a lot from the Batman games.
Yes, absolutely.
That's what it felt like kind of that stealth action beat 'em up kind of jazz, yeah. So.
And the quick time events and that, because like the scene with the crane falling, and you run it up and you got to hit, quick time events and that. You can only do that sort of stuff with Spider-Man, like in quick time, because there's no way you'd ever be able to. Like, no one wants to sit there and watch a cinematic of it. Like, as much involvement as you can get, whether it has to be a quick time event, because not all quick time events are great. Like in Resident Evil 4, they were pretty shit.
Yeah, even like God of War was kind of like the thing that pioneered it, but I even downloaded God of War 3 not long ago and played it, and after a bit I was just like, there's so many quick time events all the time that I think, once you start seeing him there, you can't unsee it kind of thing. Whereas, yeah.
But I really liked what I saw in that Spider-Man clip.
I
cool. Liked how it went at the end where the helicopter's falling, and it went first person, and you had to L2R2 and do the webs.
Yeah, that's cool.
And Mr. Negative as well as the villain.
Yeah.
Martin Lee, Mr. Negative, who's a pretty recent Spider-Man villain. He's only been around about a decade, not even that. So it was really cool to see a different...
Just something new, fresh, yeah.
Yeah, a different character, a different villain.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd really like to see Morlun, actually. If we get Morlun, that'd be insane. But
it's amazing how smooth everything transitioned in that. Like, I wonder how much they're going to be able to do that in that game. Like you were talking about with the, the crane dropping and he's swinging through the streets and somehow he's
chasing the helicopter and that, and it smashed through the sign. Like what
happens if you take a wrong turn, sort of thing? Like, or can you take a wrong turn?
I noticed in the game too, like the helicopter flies around the corner and he's sort of web swinging off this building on that right hand side, and he's going to swing around the corner, but in the old Spider-Man games, like, they didn't have that. Like, if you went to swing around the corner and you wanted to be like Spider-Man, make it super fluid, but you fucked it up, you're just, like, hanging onto your web line, like, bouncing off the wall.
Yeah.
But in this, you sort of, like, you can run around the wall, but as you go around the corner, he sort of webs a line and sort of swings around the corner, and then you sort of keep going.
So it kind of takes that control away from you a little bit. And and it helps you around sort of thing.
Yeah. I guess just trying to keep the speed up and the fluidity going would be the biggest aspect for that game to actually make you feel. Because in the Batman games, you do feel like Batman. You're sneaking around, you're super tough, you got gadgets. But it's a bit harder with Spider-Man.
And big and cumbersome as well. Like, Batman's not like this kind of agile dude.
Yeah. Like, he's agile enough, like in the fighting and that actual sort of gameplay. But this is Spider-Man. Like, he can jump really high and he can lift things that are really heavy and he swings around. So how do you sort of do your best to recapture that in a game?
The melee, like the fist fighting stuff looked pretty cool. Like that sort of early segment where he fights like 5 guys on that construction site or whatever. Like, that was really cool. They're sliding between his legs and
some of the interactions as well.
Webs around him, and
like he's got the what is it? It's kind of like an impact web. He shoots on with the line out, and when he walks past it webs up the guy and pulls him against the wall.
That's really cool.
And the scene with the crane, where they walk past the crane, he webs the crane and pulls it over and knocks him down. That was pretty cool. Just like, a lot of world interaction. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'd be down for that.
Yeah. Interesting to see how it sort of comes together, because I think the last few Spider-Man games have all looked pretty good at the trailer level, and then you get the game and it's kind of like, it's the world that seems to be empty.
The movie games are the worst. I played the last one, the Amazing Spider-Man 2. I got through that.
Yeah.
Terrible game.
Is it? Yeah.
Like, swinging around and that's pretty fun, but there was nothing to do. Like, you just did the same, like, stop this robbery over and over again.
Yeah.
It'd do that like 100 times.
That's the problem. Like, these open worlds, they don't feel alive in these Spider-Man games. So
kind of like the whole GTA 4 thing.
Yeah.
Like, you went sort of the more realistic level, but as you make it more realistic, you take away some of that, it feels more lifeless,
Yep.
Or as you keep it a little more over the top. But anyway, it'll be interesting to see how that game turns out. I'm up for it. I'm definitely getting a Spider-Man fan through and through. So.
Yeah, and I'm an Insomniac fan as well. Like, those, they make
Infamous.
Good games. Yeah, yeah. Sunset Overdrive was the last one I played of theirs, and that was pretty good. Like, the actual gameplay and movement and motion in that game was fucking fantastic.
Yep.
Really, really good. So I have no doubts at all that the controls are going to be great.
Yep.
It will just be whether the world keeps you coming back, kind of thing. Because that's where Sunset sort of fell down for me a little bit as well. Was like, after you've sort of gotten through the main story, I wasn't really compelled to come back and do all the other little side missions, and there was hundreds of them, but they're all kind of just variations of the same thing, I think.
That's the problem I always had with open world games. Like, I would sort of do a little side thing here and there, but sort of continue with the main. But then I would be left at the end of it. Like, I've got all this side stuff I haven't done, so I have to go back and do it. And I've missed out on, a weapon or a cool piece of armor because I didn't do it. But now when I play open world games, I try to, like, okay, I'm in this area. I'm going to do everything before I leave this area, or most of it.
Yeah.
So I tick off most of it. So by the time I get to the end of the game, I've completed, 96, 97% of it. That's what I did when I replayed Red Dead Redemption like 2 years ago. I started a new game, and I'm going to get through this 100%. And by the time I got to the end of the game, I got through the last mission, I was like 97.8% through the game completion.
Nuts.
And I just had to finish off like those last 2 or 3 things, like 5-finger fillet. That's fucking hard.
Oh god, yeah, I remember that. That was the worst.
And horseshoes.
Yeah,
that was a pain in the ass. That game.
I forgot about all that stuff. Yeah, the poker was what got me. I used to sit there at night and play poker for like 8 hours.
Yeah,
and then get to the end and lose the game or something, and be like, "Well, fuck, I just wasted
like
a whole night."
Where it's at. It's like, I'll take that bet. What's the finger pointing?
Yeah.
So what else did we get at E3? Star Wars Battlefront 2 new trailer, which looks fucking great.
I didn't see the new trailer for that. That's
What's
different.
Wrong with you?
That's not the one that came out like a month or 2 ago.
No, this only came out like a couple of days ago.
Okay.
So it was just, a bit of in-game stuff. You play as like the droid army and stuff from the prequel series. Bit of Darth Maul, bit of Yoda, Boba Fett with this sick, with his wrist-mounted blaster. It was really fast too. It's just like chum 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 chum, just like smoking dudes.
Awesome.
It's wicked. Yeah. Looks really good. Everybody knows about that game. Pretty hyped for it.
Yeah, I mean that's why I didn't watch that one, because I kind of already saw the other trailer a month ago or something. But yeah, one thing I'll say about E3 is it makes it really hard for us freelancers to sit there and concentrate at work while these announcements
there's a new trailer
are going on. Yeah, every fucking 10 minutes they'll be like, "Oh, have you seen this trailer? Have you seen this one?" Like yesterday, I was just distracted all day. Watch a new trailer, watch a new one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I love it.
Yeah, it was really good. There's a lot of great new games to look forward to. I've got a few here, so I just might run through a few real quickly, and we'll stop on some of the bigger titles we're more keen for. Kingdom Hearts 3 was finally announced, or they had another trailer or whatever. I only ever played the first one. I really liked it, though. I really liked
That's kind of like the Final Fantasy sort of stuff. Like,
Disney sort of crossover mix-up. Yeah. It's a lot of fun, actually. As an animator and cartoonist and that, you probably would have really liked those games. Definitely, really liked Kingdom Hearts, the first one.
It was, that was one way back in the day I really wanted to play at the time, but because they've released a whole heap over the years now, haven't they?
Yeah, you had 2 and 1.8 remix, and
yeah, they're all weird names. I don't know where to jump on with them anymore.
Yeah,
they're all like 7.62 Alpha V3 final.
I would recommend the first one. Like, if you could get back to the first one and play that, yeah, definitely. I reckon you get a real kick out of that, to be honest.
Yeah.
I've still got it on PS2.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. What else we get? Fallout 4 VR was announced. I watched the trailer for that. Looks a lot of fun, actually. The one scene that got me, the guy was out in the wasteland, and he had just like this minigun, this death claw was just coming at him. It was just like, brrr. I was like, fuck, that would be insane. Like this death claw just coming right at him. It looks pretty good. No hands or nothing. Like, when you hold your arm up, you just see the Pip-Boy, and you don't have any hands. Like, you sort of have the gun floating there, and
oh, okay,
looks pretty good though.
Yeah,
but you've still got like all that outpost or whatever building, all that.
Yep.
Dog meat, whatever, giving him orders and stuff, and still looks pretty good. Preston and. This bloody settlement needs your help. I'm like, fuck off with the settlements. Get their own help. I've built all this security and that they still can't handle it.
Oh, that reminds me of that video, the Preston one, the cosplay. Did you ever see that?
No.
They're like at a convention. And
yes, I did see that one. Yeah.
Someone's having an interview, and then Preston Garvey just runs up to them and goes, "There's villagers in need of help." So good.
Yeah, I do remember that now, yeah. Probably actually the best actual trailer that I saw was for Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus.
Oh, that's another one I didn't see yet.
Didn't you see the trailer?
I hear everyone talking about it.
Because at the beginning they had like all this sort of, the Nazis have won the Second World War and they've taken over America or whatever.
Yeah.
They have all like this sort of Nazi like propaganda at the start. There's like sort of this old school like 50s sort of movie. This girl, she's like been to the shop and she's got the bottle of milk or whatever, and here's the things for your mother on the list, and here's some taffy or whatever because you're a good kid. And she's like skipping through the bush or whatever, and oh hey Mr. whatever, and oh hey whatever your name is, and blah blah blah. And then she runs at these cops that the van's fallen over and it's crushing his leg, and the other policeman's trying to like get it off, and she calls out to the bloody her dog or whatever, fucking Louis or whatever, and it was one of the big like Wolfenstein fucking like robot hounds comes and like smashes and knocks the thing over and starts attacking, and it's like a 50s sort of like Old Yeller kind of movie in that.
Yeah.
And they start playing all these other ads like for like Nazi action figures, like actual toys and an animated series, and then a game show. It's time for America's favorite game show, German or Else. It's like old school, and then it actually goes into the game trailer, with BJ Blazkowicz and it looks like a lot of fun, that game.
Sick.
And it looks a lot better too. The graphics are a lot better.
Yeah.
Definitely watch that trailer before you go home.
I'm totally in for another one. I loved the first one.
It actually is a lot of fun. Yeah. Just run around and shooting Nazis and that. The scene where you're on the train and she calls you over and you sit down, you got to play like the picture card game. She's like, I can sniff out bloody insert whatever from a mile away. Got this picture game thing, and you're like, I just want to have my coffee. Fuck off, you bloody Nazis. It looks like a lot of fun though, that game. Just over the top, silly, fun. Yeah. One game I liked, because I'm a big Dragon Ball Z fan. Dragon Ball, I don't know if it's called Fighters with a Z or Fighter Z, but it's like a 2D fighting game by the studio, the guys that made like Guilty Gear. And for a Dragon Ball fan or Dragon Ball Z fan, it looks amazing. Like, it's over the top. The animation in that is fucking insanely good.
Yeah.
It just looks like a lot of fun. Like, real fast-paced, over the top. The animation's fucking sick. I'll show it to you.
There was one that came out recently, wasn't there? A Dragon Ball game. A mate of mine that I went to uni with said he was playing it. Came out in the last 6 months or so, maybe?
Yeah, it was the sequel to the last game. I had it. I can't remember what it's called. I've forgotten already. There are that many Dragon Ball games.
He was a big fan of Dragon Ball. Yeah, he was loving that one.
When we were home on the weekend, my brother was over, and we pulled out the PS2, and we were playing DBZ Budokai Tenkaichi 3, and I whooped his ass like 5 times in a row. And then I beat him once like flawlessly. Didn't even get hit. I was like, what's going on? What are you doing? Oh, I don't remember the buttons he's going. Fuck off, you don't. Assassin's Creed Origins. It just looks more of the same. There are a couple of new things there. Doesn't look like there's really much new about it. I mean, they've taken a year off, and they made this whole new game. And props to them for going like right back to the beginning and doing something like completely new and whatever, like Egypt setting. But yeah, it still has like the same sort of running animations, the same climbing animations. It's all sort of the same. I thought they would have just like rebuilt it from like the ground up, but I don't know. Assassin's Creed fans will love it, but I think, you know, like Ubisoft and that's starting to run out of ideas. Yeah, to be honest.
I didn't even look at that one, to be honest. So
don't get me wrong. Like, I've loved the Assassin's Creed series. Like, I played the first one, Assassin's Creed 2, which is the best. Brotherhood, which I really liked. Revelations, which was great. I played Assassin's Creed 3, which is when it started to go downhill.
Yeah.
Bloody Kenway, is it Connor? I don't know.
4, yeah. I liked Connor. 4. I didn't mind 4. That was the pirate
No, that was
one.
Edward Kenway. That's Black Flag.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, but yeah, Assassin's Creed 3, he was just too much of a whiny bitch in that game.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about 3. Yeah, I didn't get into 3 at all. I bought it and I played it for maybe 7 or 8 hours and couldn't hack it anymore. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
It had a great intro with the playing as a bad guy at the start.
Yeah.
I thought he was really interesting, and then they switched to the other dude, and
switched to his son.
Yeah, and I just
he was just a whiny bitch.
Yeah, couldn't get it on that.
Started to go downhill from there. But then I played Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which was actually quite good. I really enjoyed that game.
Yeah, I like that one. Yeah,
the whole pirate thing.
Yeah,
and it took
like hunting the whales and stuff like that.
Yeah, it took the best stuff from 3, which was like having a ship and upgrading it or whatever. And yeah, just moved that into that game, which is great. And I thought Edward Kenway was pretty good. Pretty good main character in that as well.
It's that thing like they just put them out so often that it kind of doesn't matter if you miss 1 or 2 here and there. You pick it up, and you're in for a slightly better version of the previous one. Most years. Actually, the last one was supposed to be pretty good. The
Syndicate.
One before that, Unity.
Unity was
mess,
rubbish. I played that for about 10 minutes and it was just shit.
I was at PAX in Melbourne, like maybe it was about a month before it was about to be released, and they had like all the demo stands up and people playing it and stuff. And there was one chick. I remember. Yeah, I was there. That chick that was like stuck on the tower or whatever. And it was like glitching, and she was like stuck. She's like, I can't move. It was like the tower's stuck up her ass, like up the Assassin's Creed guy's ass. She's just sitting there like rotating on this thing. I'm like, this is not a really good representation of your game, is it?
Yeah, it wasn't good because they had like that big round sort of area, like it's like 5 or 6 like in a circle, and people were playing. Yeah, Assassin's Creed, eh?
Well, it'd be interesting. I would jump on this new one if they do what I've been wanting them to do for forever. Mind you, I haven't played the last couple, so I don't know if they've already done this or not. But get rid of the modern day shit and just set it in that setting.
Yeah.
The entire game in that setting. Remove all the futuristic UI and shit, and just have it like a period thing. Like,
they probably will do that. Probably have done it with this new one.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yep.
Do you know if they did with Syndicate?
Don't know. I never played it. I knew it was based in London or whatever, and your base was like on a train, so you could move your base like around the map. And that I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Matty Dobson played it though. He really enjoyed it.
That's been my gripe from day one. Is like just get rid of all of that. That what's his name? Desmond.
Oh, Desmond Miles.
Desmond Miles. I hated that guy so much. And
Killed him off though, which was great.
Yeah, but it just took forever to get rid of that storyline altogether. And then with 4, they brought it back, and it was like a games company or something that you were...
Yeah, Upstergo were doing like research for like a games company.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, we want to go back into your memories so we can get all this good, like ideas and stuff in that for a game, Pirates game or whatever.
Why are you taking me out of the pirate world? The pirate world's like what I want to be doing, And yeah. So listen to me, Ubisoft, because everybody is thinking the same thing. At least in my opinion.
They released the new story trailer for Middle-earth: Shadow of War, which looks really good. Like, I just finished playing Shadow of Mordor again. I 100%ed it just a couple of weeks ago. Really fucking like that game, and I'm really looking forward to this second one. I really like Talion. I really like that character. I really like that guy. And I love Lord of the Rings anyway, and it's sort of Batman style Lord of the Rings game, and it looks really good.
The first one controls so nicely too, like everything, the combat, the climbing, like it felt kind of Assassin's Creed-y, but its own thing as well.
Yeah.
It wasn't, It kind of is sort of somewhere between, like the Batman games, bringing that up again, somewhere between that and Assassin's Creed.
It just like cherry-picked all the best bits from games, and just sort of dropped them into one game.
Well, actually, that's
and
Warner
then had
Brothers.
the Nemesis system on top of that.
It's Warner Brothers, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they obviously would have taken stuff straight from that engine, probably. Yeah. Well, Max Payne did that too. That felt like a Batman game in the fighting style. Yeah.
Max Payne 3.
Not Max Payne. What am I talking about? Mad Max.
Oh,
Sorry.
Mad Max. Yeah. Absolutely.
I need another Guinness. My brain's going.
Itchy. You gonna drink all that Guinness?
One left. Whoa!
Oh, foamy. Slurp it up. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Nice one. Anyway, so yeah, really looking forward to that. Beginning of October, that's out. What else we got? Anthem, which is probably the biggest one I'm most excited about. I just love like mech suits and robots and all that shit. When I was a kid, I loved flying. I thought flying was great, and I went through this like 2-week period where I wanted to be a pilot. And I always loved robots, so I love Transformers and that. And then that's how sort of I discovered and fell in love with Iron Man, because Iron Man was essentially a guy who was in a suit of armor, but he was essentially a robot that could fly. And I was like, fuck, this is like the greatest thing ever. And that's how I sort of gravitated toward Iron Man. But this Anthem, like having different, I forget what they're called, javelins, the suits, or juggernauts, or whatever they're called.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember.
Interchangeable bloody suits where you could just fly around this massive open worlds and just discover shit with your, with your pals. It looks fucking great.
Yeah.
And from BioWare, guys by Mass Effect.
Yeah. Hopefully that's why Andromeda was kind of, maybe they've been putting all their resources on this game. But I don't want to diss Andromeda before I've played it. Like, I'm sure I'll get Mass Effect eventually and I'll love it. But yeah.
But yeah, Anthem definitely
cool.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah. I always thought in those trailers where they show these multiplayer games, you always find the banter is like between the players just really bit shit.
Yeah, I did notice that. Like they tried to build the trailer like it's you and your mates can jump in. You can make your own story. You can do whatever you want. Yeah. You're like, oh hey, how you going? Oh, you've got a mortar. Yeah, I picked this up on the weekend, and blah blah blah. Yeah. Oh, you want to go in here? Like, no, let's wait for Steve. He could use the XP.
Yeah, I went and did that mission with Kim the other day. You're a fucking sales exec for BioWare. You don't even play this game.
And I'm just like, that's not how my mates and I talk.
Nah, we're like, fucking hell, look at that shit.
Yeah. And he's like down on the ground. He's like, give me some cover fire while I'm down here. I'll be like, you gonna fucking shoot those guys or what?
Exactly.
I'm fucking down here on my own. And what are you doing up there?
Patrick Brown's in the fucking store buying his fucking...
He's buying another shark card. What are you doing?
Put that yowie down. Come help me.
So it looks really good. That's one game I'm really looking forward to. Days Gone looks pretty good.
Oh, did we actually suss out whether that was Naughty Dog or not? We got to.
I'm pretty sure it's not actually.
No, I don't think.
I just don't have the heart to tell him. Bless him.
Yeah. Naughty Dog always put their logo at the start of the thing, and I don't
do.
remember seeing any Naughty Dog stuff there.
Some company starts with B, Badware, or Badways, or Bio, something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, but it's very Last of Us. You can tell just by looking at it. Yeah.
They've watched a lot of Walking Dead and played a lot of Last of Us as well.
Yeah.
It's got that kind of, I don't know what part of America that's set in, but it looks like that. It's the same backdrop from Georgia, yeah.
But yeah, it looks really good. PlayStation exclusive. I'll give that a go.
Yeah, definitely.
And the zombie animations, like the hoarding, and that looks really cool.
They look great. Yeah.
Yeah. A Shadow of the Colossus remake. Not a remaster. I don't think it's a HD remaster. I'm pretty sure it's just
They've already done that.
No, it's a straight up remake for the PS4.
Yep.
I missed it on PS2. I've heard about it over the years and like the last few years, but I never actually heard of it when it first came out. Like I missed it. The first time I ever heard of the game was I watched Reign Over Me with Adam Sandler, the 9/11 movie where his entire family was killed on the flight. And he sits around, he's like a broken shell, but he plays like Shadow of the Colossus in the movie.
Really?
And I'm watching this guy play this game in the movie. He's like, oh, no, what are you playing? He's like, oh, I'm playing Shadow of the Colossus. You know, this is what you do. And I'm like, that can't be a real game. I haven't heard of that. And then a few years later, I find out it is a real game. Because, yeah, it's just, I completely missed it. But, yeah, I'd be keen to play that myself, actually.
It is a classic game. I'm glad that they're like completely remaking the whole thing because I've got the HD remaster on PS3, and to play that now, like I put it in maybe 2 months ago, something like that. It's just a bit clunky. They're using the same like PS2 animations and everything, and you know it's just a bit kind of stiff and awkward, and the controls are kind of a bit whack. And like the environments, even though they've got higher res textures and shit on them, they're kind of still pretty sparse and that kind of thing. But the actual like fighting the bosses and taking down the Colossus things like one at a time, that's like amazing. Yeah. Really, really cool gameplay. And yeah, so if they take like that game, recreate it from the ground up, put all new animations in, make run 60 frames a second, make it 4K, make it beautiful and like smooth, like modern feeling controls, then I think it'll bloody kill it. It's awesome.
Yeah, I'd really keen to have a go at that actually.
It's a weird little game too. Like it does not give you much information at all. You kind of just, it throws you in this world and you figure like piece by piece out as you go, and I
already know the ending because I've had it spoiled for me over the years. But
yeah.
But yeah, I'm keen to give that a go. I'm glad it's like just like a full on remake because you get those games where you're like, you know what? If only they had that game now, and you're like That's kind of one of those games where you're like, you know what? This is like a classic. It needs to sort of be redone and brought to current audience.
Yeah.
So that's exciting.
Yeah. I would. Hopefully what this prompts now is they'll remake this one and then maybe make a brand new one afterwards. Yeah. Because like I'm ready to see a new Colossus game. That'd be amazing. Yep. From those guys. Yeah.
It's not like this one would have to be sort of keeping in line with the other one. So I imagine it'd be like sort of the same cut scenes, like framed the same way and everything, and the same designs for everything, but just current. But if you just made like a sequel or whatever from the ground up, you could go sort of balls out over the top with the character designs and everything, not having to be beholden to a game that came out
exactly
like 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can already see from the trailer like they are the same levels, they are the same monsters as the original game. But yeah, if they were able to just go nuts with it, like what you could come up with these days would be amazing. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna shotgun a few now. Boom. We got 2 Metroid games announced for Metroid fans out there. We got Metroid Samus Returns on the 3DS, which is like a side-scrolling
I'm
game.
keen for that.
And
Definitely
Metroid Prime 4. So you haven't had a Metroid game in like 10 years. So
Metroid Prime would be pretty cool too. What's that, Switch?
Yes.
Yeah. Damn it. I don't have a Switch.
And for Xbox fans out there, we got Forza Motorsport 7. What else we got? Doom VFR, which VR Doom, that'd be nuts.
Yeah,
Fast, full on.
seizure inducing.
Yeah. A game I'm excited for, which I never really thought might get a sequel, The Evil Within 2, which I actually played the first one. And
you and Pat loved the shit out of that, didn't you? Like,
I did, yeah. I really like that game. It's from Shinji Mikami, I believe, who created Resident Evil, the Resident Evil series.
Yep.
It's sort of the Japanese interpretation of like a American sheriff's department or whatever. So this guy's like, he's a sheriff, but he's got like a big gold, like old school like badge and whatever. It's very Japanese, like interpretation of like America or whatever.
Yeah, I love that. It's kind of kooky.
Yeah, but there are a few things wrong with that game that I found. Like the camera was a little bit too close to the character, and he sort of blocked a lot of the screen. So you sort of play a third person, and they sort of only take up sort of the bottom half of the screen. Well, he took up like 3/4 of the screen.
Is this to induce a bit more horror?
It was just hard
element?
to see around him. And some of the controls were a little bit, I wouldn't say clunky, but they weren't as smooth as they could have been.
Yeah.
But I really liked that first game. I got through it twice, I think. Yeah, really liked it though. Keen for the sequel. We got another trailer for Uncharted: The Lost Legacy, which just looks great. More Uncharted.
Yeah.
Let me have it.
Yeah.
Chloe Frazier. Yes, please.
It does. It looks awesome.
For Metro fans, Metro Exodus.
Fuck yes.
That trailer, the graphics look so good, but the thing that got me about that was the sound design. Like watching that trailer and listening to it, it just sounds so good. Like the scene where he picks up the clip, the shotgun clip or whatever, and he and pulls the slides back and pops it in, and it just sounds so good. It sounds better than it looks, if that's possible.
I'm a big fan of those games. I love Metro games.
Yeah, I played the first one. I really need to get the Metro Redux.
Yeah.
So I can play the second one, because not only you, I've heard from other people on that, another mate, that was definitely the best of the two, and he loved it.
Yeah.
So
Last Light, fucking
Last
killer.
Light, that's one.
Killer game. Yeah. Can't wait for the next Metro.
Yeah, keen for that. What else we got? God of War. More God of War. God of War looks great.
Yeah. And they changed the formula by the look of it a little bit. It's less kind of... Well,
it's less hack and slash and more...
Yeah, it's hack and slashy still to a point, but it feels a bit... Well, they've changed it so that you've got control of the camera now. I think that's the big defining...
Yes.
Like, difference in the feeling of the
Third
combat.
person, over the shoulder.
Yeah. It's kind of like Dark Souls-y, but more fast-paced and a bit more forgiving, I think. Yeah.
Actually, I wasn't ever the biggest fan of Kratos. I was like, he's just so angry all the time. He yells all the time. Mate, you've killed everyone. Like, you've done it. Stop being so angry, you know?
Yeah.
But in this, like, they've got a different actor. They've got Chris Judge, I think, who played Teal'c on Stargate.
Oh, is that who it is? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
They've got him in. He does the mocap and the voice and that of Kratos in this game. Sounds like, like an actual... Like having an actual actor in the role, not a voice actor.
You know what it is. It's his great big bushy beard. That's what you love about the new...
Yeah, it's great. Like, Kratos looks great. I like how they've taken it from the Greek to the sort of Norse mythology.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And now he has a son. Like, you can't bitch. Like, you accidentally murdered your wife and child, but you've got another kid now you got to look after. But, I like how Kratos is more of a... he's got a lot more character
Yeah.
this than just being an angry dude running around killing everything.
Yeah, like the singer of Disturbed running around killing her. Like now he's kind of like a little bit more...
Sound of Silence, fuck off.
Yeah. David Draymond or whatever his name is.
Yeah, whatever. But that looks great. God of War, big sort of God of War, epic-y, monstery, boss battles and that. So hopefully that'll be good. But you've got that serpent at the end that comes out. You're like, oh, look out. There's going to be a big boss fight. And then he's like, nah, he wants to help you. And you're like, oh, cool. That's a bit of a spin on the normal.
Yeah.
Because normally when you get the giant monster and that come out, that's
You're in
like,
the shit.
yeah, that's like 600 times your size. Yeah, you're fucked. Boss fight. So, God of War looks really good. What else we got? Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Yes.
Holy fuck.
Oh, yes.
How long ago since that game was announced?
Oh,
5-6 years ago?
25 years ago? I don't know.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
I never played the first one. I was aware of it. You played the first one?
I loved the first one.
Tell us about the first one.
My little brother and I used to play this way back in the, I think it was the PS2 days. Yeah, it's just, for the time, like when that game came out, it was in a league of its own. It was a really weird kind of different game to everything else. And I actually fired up because they did an HD remake a few years ago, I think on 360 or something.
Yep.
But I think it popped up on Games with Gold on my Xbox One, so I snagged it and fired it up. Still a great game, like just an interesting, weird little world that's created and stuff. And I mean, the controls now are pretty clunky, you know, it's that PS2 era. But I fucking loved that game when it came out. Like it was just like a weird, I don't know, it's like a story that you're not used to seeing in video games, and definitely has disappeared from that realm as well. You know, it's kind of like along the lines of Jack and Daxter was as well. That kind of like adult sci-fi, but
yeah, this definitely is more adult. A lot of swearing in the trailer.
Oh yeah, yeah. The first thing that monkey says is like "fuck" or something.
Yeah,
like, shit.
I think they dropped the F-bomb like 4 or 5 times in the first 35 seconds or something like that. This game's actually a prequel though to the first game apparently. So this is before Jade was born.
Interesting. Yeah.
So, yeah. So I've never played the first one, but yeah, it looks really good. Like the CG trailer was fucking insanely good.
Man, that could be feature quality easily. Like, yeah, awesome.
It's kind of, the world kind of reminds me. It's very sort of Fifth Element. I kind of get that vibe off the sort of world and that.
Yeah, I always liked how the kind of animal characters and just weird characters they had in it. Yeah,
looks good. What else we got? Trailer for Horizon Zero Dawn's first story DLC. The Frozen Wilds looks pretty good. More Aloy. I'm really enjoying that game, like I was saying before. So yeah, more. Haven't even finished the game. Probably barely scratched the surface, but yeah, more. Give me more.
I'm loving it too.
Skyrim in VR, and I think Skyrim on the Switch as well. And you can play as Link and get the fucking, what is it, the Hyrule Sword or whatever it's called.
Sword of Time or whatever it is. Master Sword.
I don't know what it's called. I'm not a fucking Nintendo guy. I don't know. Mario!
I didn't think Paddy was really a Nintendo guy either. I mean, like, Mario was his choice of the three
I think it's
games.
because he's a dad now.
Okay.
He can't sit around and play GTA and watch, like, Trevor having sex with bloody junkies and stuff in front of his kids, so now he's got to like play Mario instead, picking up coins and instead of chicks. Anyway, dads. What else we got? Monster Hunter World, which looks pretty good, coming to PC and consoles as well, because it was a 3DS game. It was portable game.
Yeah, there was one on the Wii U as well.
Okay.
Yeah, but mostly 3DS. I think it's the kind of primary thing that they put them out on. Yeah,
it looks good. Graphics look great. I hear a lot of a lot of people love that series as well.
It is cool. It's got that kind of it's not the same as Dark Souls, but it's got that kind of difficulty to it, sort of thing. So yeah, and like fighting massive beasts kind of thing. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah.
So I got a few other here as well. I'm really having trouble talking tonight. I haven't had anything to drink.
You got a
Need
hell
for,
of a page to get through. So
yeah, I'm nearly done. Need for Speed Payback, another Need for Speed game, but apparently everyone's happy with this one because it has a single player campaign, whereas the other one was just all online, I think.
Oh wow, okay.
So, which is good. Yeah, got to have single player campaign game studios. We don't just want to play online all the time. What are we going to do when our internet drops out?
I haven't touched Need for Speed since like fucking Underground. From the window to the wall.
Wow.
You didn't play that?
No.
Oh. I got all excited then.
No, I never played that. No, I never will.
Oh.
To that.
Sorry.
Detroit Become Human. Did you watch the trailer for that? Where the androids are like revolting and like destroying like Apple stores, fucking whatever. Apple Android stores.
Yeah, that looked like visually, style wise, kind of looked like The Division. That reminded me of. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll agree with that. Same guys who did Heavy Rain and David Cage.
Okay, right.
It'd probably just be a bit of a wank of a game, actually. To be honest.
Yeah, I didn't get much.
I'm sort of
that.
not knowing how they're going because the last trailer they released, it was like a police sort of procedural, like the cops were investigating like a murder in an apartment, or whatever. But now it's like on the other side, the androids. So I'm like, I don't know if maybe you have the choice to play as one or the other, or you jump like back between the two, or
Fahrenheit where you jump, or Heavy Rain where you jump between characters, or
maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that trailer didn't do a whole lot for me. I don't know.
Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, which we were just playing before I downloaded the story demo and had a bit of fun with that. Yeah, it's just a 2D fighting game. Yeah, it's pretty much Marvel vs. Capcom 3 from the PS3, but it's got nicer graphics.
Yeah, I'm not rushing out for that one.
No. COD World War 2, got another trailer for that. I didn't even watch it, to be honest, but for all you bloody COD fans out there,
I watched it. It looked pretty good. Yeah, well, I watched about half of it, and then I was like, I get the idea. It's war. Yeah. But yeah, it looks great. Looks good.
They had the trailer for the Battlefield 1 DLC. What was it? The Fights of the Tsar or whatever it was.
I didn't even hear about this one.
For the new DLC package, maps and stuff. Looks pretty good. The maps look pretty good, just from the snippets I saw.
Yeah.
But one other game that sort of caught my attention, it sort of wasn't the biggest game that was announced. It's called A Way Out. Did you see that?
A Way Out? No, I don't think so.
It's not a single player game. The game is a co-op game, so it can only be played in co-op, either on the one system split screen or online. So the story is one character is sent to prison. One of the two main characters is sent to prison, and you meet this other guy in prison as well, and one person takes control of each of these two characters. And you have to plan to break out of prison. So it's this whole game. You have to work together to break out of prison, and then when you get out of prison, you're on the run. But there's a whole story element in that too. It's not just an online sort of mission thing. There's a whole story to it as well. But yeah, it looks pretty interesting. Only being able to play in co-op.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
So yeah, playing in prison breaks, and they're like pulling the bloody toilets out and sneaking out into the guts of the prison behind the toilets, and you break out, and then you're on the run. And there was a scene where it was very sort of Kane and Lynch, where one guy was driving the pickup truck and the other guy's in the back with a shotgun, and you're being chased by the cops. So one guy's driving, the other guy's shooting on the back. Like, boom, 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 boom.
You and Paddy had some good Kane and Lynch days, didn't you? Like,
yeah,
you
we did.
Played that. I never played either of the games. But,
when I was living in Burnie, and Pat came down to my place for the weekend, and I just bought Kane and Lynch like a day or two earlier. And it was co-op, and I was like, Pat, we should smash this game from start to finish when you get down. So we did. So we played Kane and Lynch, and it was fucking great. Like, we loved it, playing co-op. Yeah, it was bloody good. I went back and played that game, a couple of years ago, and the controls were awful.
Yeah, it didn't rate well at the time. I think
No, it was a lot of fun. I think the most fun I had ever was because it was co-op. I did go back quite a few times and play it, like the single player or whatever, and play some of the better missions. But yeah, I had a good time with that game, mainly because of Patrick Brown. Yeah. Bless him. I love that boy. Where is he? I miss him. What's he doing? He's watching Breaking Bad right now, I betcha.
Yeah, he is.
He's sitting down to watch 6 episodes of Breaking Bad before he goes to bed. I just finished season 2 yesterday.
Oh, yep.
The scene in the second last episode, or the last episode, where Jane's choking on a vomit. And
is that early? Shit.
Yeah, it's like the second last episode, I think, of season 2.
Yeah.
And Jane's choking on a vomit, and Walter has a chance to save her, but he doesn't. And it's just like the reaction from like Bryan Cranston, because like his daughter in the show was just born like in the last episode or whatever. And like he's sitting there and like he's letting her die, and his hand over his mouth, and you see the tears rolling down his face. But then after that, like he sort of composes himself and sort of just goes back to Heisenberg.
Yeah.
You know? Oh,
shit.
Such a good show. And there's a scene where in the episode where the hot water cylinder's fucked, it's blown, so he goes out and buys the top of the line one, the wall mounted one, and he finds the floors like rotted away or whatever, so he digs out the floor, and then he says, there's right under the house, and he's replacing all the beams and everything under the house, and keeps going back to like to the hardware shop, like the Bunnings or whatever. And then right at the end, he goes back to the hardware shop, and he's getting something, like whatever, coating or some shit like that, anti-rot stuff. And he walks past this trolley, and he sees it's got like all sort of meth making gear in that. And he sort of stops and looks at it, and he goes to, like, he sees it as he walks past, but then sort of stops and turns around and goes back, and he sort of looks at it, and the guy comes over, and he's obviously like a big druggy, junkie kind of thing. And he's just like, you're buying the wrong matches. And he's like, you actually want, the phosphorus from the strip. He's like, you're buying that packet. He's like, there's only one strip. He's like, you got to get the bulk packets of the 12 match packets. He's like, more strips means more phosphorus. And then this guy sort of shits. He thinks he's a cop, and he runs off, and Walter sort of chuckles to himself, and he walks over to the checkout, and he's standing there, and then he sort of looks, and he drops the cans, and he walks out into the car park, and he sees the guy there, and he's talking to this other like big hulking like dude. And this big Hulk dude like fronts up to Walter, and he's just standing there, and Walter sort of just Heisenberg stares at him, and he's just like, stay out of my territory. And he just like alphas the fuck out of this dude, and then these dudes just back off and jump in this van and drive off, and I'm like, that was the fucking best. Bryan Cranston is so good. That's such a good show, man.
Oh, now you want me, you got me. You wanting to go back?
No, because you'll watch it. You won't be on next week's because you'll be hooked.
Yep.
You'll be watching it.
We're switching shifts.
So yeah, anything else about E3 you want to bring up, my friend?
There was one cool game, a little platformer called Ori and Will of the Wisps.
And the Will of the Wisps, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the trailer for that. What was that about?
I don't know.
Sort of like an indie game, or?
Yeah, it's sort of like a 2D platformer. I think it's indie. But I remember the first one coming out. I've never owned it or anything, but it always intrigued me because it looks like a really cool, like beautiful looking game. And I think it had a real heart to the story. So I watched the trailer for this new one, and it looks fucking amazing. Like, just beautiful environments, real, like that 2D platformer, but like with heaps of depth in the backgrounds and stuff, and heaps of effects going on, and the characters animate so nicely. So I'm actually, between now and whenever that's going to come out, I think I'm going to get a hold of the first game and play that.
Yep.
Because it looks fucking amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love the odd little 2D platformer like that. Comes along, yeah.
I see quite a few on the PS Store, like every month with PS Plus. You get the 2 free games to download. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of titles and that like that sort of catch my eye. What was it? There's some typewriter game or something you can download this month. Some platforming type. I forget what it's called. Also Undertale coming to the PS4.
Undertale. What's that?
You don't know of Undertale?
I don't think so.
Oh, fuck, I'm going to show you Undertale after this. Okay. It's awesome. It's a modern sort of game, but it's sort of designed like old school, sort of 80s. Oh, it's hard to describe. It's very sort of adult as well. But yeah, I'll have to show it to you. You definitely get a kick out of it.
Yeah, cool.
Undertale, it's called.
All right.
So yeah, a lot of great E3 titles. That's pretty much it though. But what's... out of everything at E3, what was the one thing that you're most excited for?
Fuck, I don't know. I think probably that Anthem game, I'd say. Mm-hmm. It does look a little bit Destiny, but I'm willing to give that.
Yeah,
give it a go, because Paddy and I had a lot of fun with Destiny. So
I actually did. Yeah, I did want to play Destiny myself. Actually, I don't know. Maybe see how the second one goes straight out of the gate, and when it first goes on sale, maybe pick it up.
Maybe pick up the one if it goes on sale. The first one goes on sale with all the DLC, because I hear the DLC is actually pretty good for Destiny.
Yeah.
So I'm almost keen to get a hold of that, and maybe we can.
That's a good point. Actually, because when Destiny first came out, it was very bare bones.
Yeah,
and what it is now compared to where it was when it first came out. Like if it came out like this at the beginning, like everyone would have shit their pants.
Yeah. Yeah, but, I mean, it's a fucking great game. Don't get me wrong. Like that 0 to level 20 like progression that Paddy and I did, we enjoyed the shit out of that. Like it was really fun. It's just sort of once we hit the level cap, for anything that's not sort of competitive multiplayer modes, wasn't particularly interesting after that sort of thing. So yeah, I'd be keen to jump on that. But yeah, Anthem kind of looks like the same sort of thing, but you know, if they can spread that out and have it a bit more interesting for longer, then that game's going to be fucking awesome. And Days Gone looks fucking pretty cool.
Really keen for Anthem. I actually really think that was probably the most exciting thing I saw. I just really love that trailer. It looks great. The whole plot. I like having interchangeable bloody like mech suits. Like I say, I'm a big sort of mecha fan and sort of anime fan, and I love robots and all that sort of stuff.
You love,
so
like,
anytime
Titanfall and stuff like that.
Yeah, I love Titanfall 2, most underrated game of 2017, Titanfall 2. It just came out in that period. It came out between COD and Battlefield 1. And it just sort of sank. It's not a bad game, because it's not. It's a really good fucking game.
It reviewed really well. The problem was, like,
it just got overshadowed by these other two games.
And the first one, you know, left people wanting a bit. And I think, like, I nearly didn't buy Titanfall 2 because I bought the first one. And
I fucking had to talk everyone into buying that game.
Yeah, you did. And I loved it. The single-player missions in that were great. Yeah. Didn't play so much multiplayer. I think I kind of suck at Titanfall 2 multiplayer.
I really enjoyed the multiplayer. Like, I want to reinstall and get back into it because they're sort of releasing more stuff. They've just released a free Titan, like a whole new Titan for free.
Oh, cool.
New Titan class. What else is out I want to get? Oh, Overwatch is out. It's on special at the moment. It's only like, it's under $50.
That's one I've been trying to stay away from, but I think I really get hooked into that.
Yeah, while that's on special, I kind of want that game.
Shit.
We're not going to play Battlefield 1 because we're going to be playing bloody Overwatch.
Yeah.
Too many games.
There is way too many games.
Too many games, not enough money, not enough time. Anyway, that'll do it, I think.
Yeah. How'd we go? Just the two of us. Just the two of us.
Hour 33.
Oh, shit.
We've killed it.
Yeah, you better edit me down a bit.
Anyway, Bob, people want to find you online. Where can they find you?
BobbyBaxter.com or Bobby Baxter Cartoons on Instagram and Facebook, and
Tumblr.
Bobby Baxter on on Tumblr as well. And Bobby Baxter on Twitter, if I use Twitter in the next.
And also Bobby Baxter on Redbubble. So get on Redbubble and buy some bloody Brown Fury t-shirts.
Yeah, do that.
Give him a crack. Bob's actually got some older designs and stuff on there. T-shirts, Conan the Bavarian.
Yes.
And the Peanut Butler. I actually bought that shirt. I have it in the cupboard.
You do?
Doesn't fit me anymore because I put on too much weight because I'm a fat bastard. But yeah, I bought that shirt. Support independent artists.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're very welcome. Just remember that when the Bearded Geeks have a website where you can buy stuff.
Yeah.
Buy a mug. Hopefully that'll be soon. I just got to stop playing games and actually just set it up. Oh, a bit crackling in the microphone there. What happened there? My bloody call might be loose. We'll give that a bit of a wiggle. There we go. Is that right? Is that better? I think that's better. Anyway, if not, we'll see. You can find the Bearded Geeks on Facebook. Just search for the Bearded Geeks or facebook.com/Bearded Geeks pod. We're also on Instagram at the Bearded Geeks, and we're on Twitter at Bearded Geeks pod. Don't really use Twitter too much, to be honest, because I kind of don't like it. It's okay.
Yeah,
it's just hard to sort of navigate. There's just shit everywhere.
I don't know what's going on.
You follow someone and they tweet, and then you follow another person who follows them and they retweet that, and it comes up again, and it's kind of a mess, and I don't really know how to use it. And you try to use the app. The app's like real slow. You punch in like, it's like 4 or 5 letters behind, so you punch like 4 or 5 letters and it's like, brr, brr, it like machine guns the letters in.
Oh, shit.
Redbubble. Bobby Baxter. What was I talking about? Oh, Bearded Geeks Instagram. Bearded Geeks on Twitter. We're everywhere. We're everywhere. I'm still working on iTunes, which means I haven't started yet. But I'm going to do it. I was going to do it yesterday, but I was playing Horizon. And then I was going to do it today, but I was playing Horizon.
It's just your official way to end the show every week now. It's like, there will be iTunes.
It's coming. It's coming. It's going to come eventually. It'll be here soon. Don't worry. As soon as it is, I'll let you know. But we're on YouTube. That's where you can find us. So thanks for making do for now.
Yeah.
Anyway, next week is our epic Spider-Man extravaganza bonanza.
Mm-hmm.
I might even call it that on YouTube in the description.
You'll
epic
hear about
Spider-Man extravaganza bonanza.
You'll hear about 3 words out of me.
So do your research, Bob.
Yeah. No.
Do your Spider-Man research. Go back and watch the bloody Tobey Maguire movies. Go,
maybe.
bloody do it.
Maybe.
Yeah. I think I will. I might watch a couple. I might watch the Raimi movies, or I might just watch the first one. We'll see.
I could probably stomach the first 2.
Yeah, first 2. Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I'll start researching tomorrow, pull all the comics out and have a look, and find some cool stuff to talk about or bring up. But yeah,
I'll bring my cards around. I've got like the shitty mishmash, not full collector's version.
Yeah, sweet. Bring them around. I'll have a look. I'll pull mine out of the cupboard too, and you can have a look.
Sweet. All
I
right.
got mine in there.
I'll swap you. Do some trades.
Do some trades.
Got a 93 edition here.
Yeah. I've got a 6-pack here. I'll give me the lot for the 6-pack. Anyway, from all of us here in the Beard Cave and on the Bearded Geeks, and for Patrick Brown, who's not here because he's got too much to do, that boy. So from all of us here in the Beard Cave, we want to say thank you very much to everyone who likes and shares and subscribes and leaves us a nice comment and more thumbs downs. We got another thumbs down the other day.
Thanks, person.
Bobby messaged me and he's like, "We got another thumbs down. It's only been up like 10 minutes."
Oh, quick on that one.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, so thanks very much, everyone, and we appreciate it. We really do. So we'll see you next week for our epic Spider-Man episode. We'll have an extra man here in the Beard Cave, and big Spider-Man episode. We're talking everything Spider-Man leading up to Spider-Man Homecoming.
Sweet.
All right, guys. Thanks very much. We'll see you next week.
Hey!
We don't need no Patrick Brown.
Didn't.
See you guys.